This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go! 10 Lobo.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Ready?
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Focus, defense, focus.
Hustle, hustle.
And they're going jet sweep. Here's Tate. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
6'6", mullet high.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the run.
Be driven.
Now Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check 13, check 13.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on the punt. Back deep, Golden Tate. So So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Max 40, Max 40. Come on, D. Go.
Throwing Jones. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Jones now, operating from the gun. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the 1st drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They run. Cook. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Back to the ground, Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
On the ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, rush coming, and he's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
60 Pittsburgh. Protein spill.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. He's going to go for a big play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
They start the drive with Cook, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Check 4, check 4.
Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They go play action. Cousins to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Second and 5 now. Jones, that's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And down inside the 15 he goes. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign. That
takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cousins to throw it. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cousins now. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Gun.
Final play of the half. Cousins. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
Gun.
29 is Mike. Yellow.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Here we go. At their own 21-yard line. Come on,
the Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
10 Lobo. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 44 yards. They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Brings up second and 7 at the Vikings' 14-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
18 Gator. Push him back.
They'll run with Penny. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Whip.
Second and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Giants have taken the lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with a smaller guy, turned to a little more power, they score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Check 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
94.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
61. Matchbox right.
Brothers on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
40's Mike.
The
40's Mike.
44-yard line.
6'6". Pull it high. 40's Mike. 40's deep grip.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 17 yards and a Giant first down. On first down, Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
You draw quarter. Hey, Jack, go.
On second and 11 now. Jones, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Looking to throw. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Now Cousins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And another negative play there as they stop him again. Third and long for Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Saquon Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up third down and 2.
54, right there.
Jones on 3rd and 2. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the ground, it's Cook. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Cousins from the gun on third. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Cousins again. And Diggs has it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Check, 47.
Again, it's Cousins. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far.
Gun. I know, easy.
Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Let's go, defense.
48.
Check 9.
Gun.
That's me. Mike's 47. Mike's
Where's the hot?
Now Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
You ain't got nothing. Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
Six, pull it high.
Let's go.
Here's Jones to throw from his end zone. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken.